I just hope that I don't know what he's talking about, so we might as well cut it off. Um, okay, here's the situation I have. Well, first let me explain to you why the fight happened. Kubrat Pulev feels as though he's not ready for Anthony Joshua yet, even though the fight was right there for him. So he took on Samuel Peter in his home, in Bulgaria. So this is the first time as a professional he's fought in Bulgaria. And basically, if you know how boxing works, if you're a fighter and you're fighting somewhere, if you're fighting at home and you haven't fought at home in quite some time or not never, they'll tend to give you a opponent that they know you can beat or know that will put on a good fight, but you can still beat. But in this case, they went way down to the bottom of the barrel with Samuel Peter. So, for example, when Sergio Martinez went home and he fought Martin Murray, things didn't go as they were planned to go, but he was supposed to end the favorite to win that fight. That fight pretty much put Martin Murray on the map, even though he was around for Sturm and that stuff. But still, that pretty much put him on the map. He should have been a WBC champion at 160 that night. When Danny Garcia most notably went to Puerto Rico, they put him in there with Rod Solka. You can't possibly lose to Rod Solka. I mean, not Rod Solka, Mauricio Herrera. They obviously didn't scout Mauricio Herrera right, but there was a fight he was supposed to win, and he did win, even though he shouldn't have won. Most recently, when he fought Samuel Vargas, who else? Let me name of some other fighters outside of Danny Garcia. When Keith Thurman fought Luis Collazo, and then when Chavez Jr., who's fighting next week, this British guy. But this right here, Samuel Peter, former WBC champion, then he lost the belt that very next fight against, who did he fight first? He fought Vitali first in 2005, if I'm correct, and then in 2008, it was Vladimir, or vice versa. I believe it was Vladimir in 2008. But, it's right here. I can look at his record. Yeah, it was Vitali in 2008 and Vladimir in 2005. Him and Vladimir went the distance, and Vitali, of course, will put you away. So, he's fought some pretty well-known names. That was way back then. Now, he's only 36 years old, but he's got, like, a lot of, miles on him. So, for example, he fought Robert Helenius and got KO'd. Vladimir Klitschko twice. Eddie Chambers, Vitaly Klitschko. Oleg Moskiev when he was still, somewhat of a known name. Jerome Klein, James Toney twice when James Toney was actually good at heavyweight. Pretty solid names. But the problem is, before Kubrat Pulev, December the 3rd, 2016, the last time he fought was literally not even 2 months ago against Juan Carlos Salas, who was 6-9 with 0 KOs. And that was on the 23rd. But then before that, he didn't fight in 25 months. Then before that, he was off for 3 years. So he fought 2 fights in 2010, 1 fight in 2011 in which he lost against Robert Helenius, 1 fight in 2014, and 2 fights in a 2-week span, in a 2-month span in 2016. But hey, as I said, I can understand the politics behind it. They wanted to give Kubrat Pulev an easy fight he can win and somebody that would take short money, because if you don't know how these boxing events go down in Germany, Russia, now we see in Bulgaria, and even in the UK, they sell out big. There's a lot of people in suits, and, it's not the same as it is in the United States. So they make major money over there by fighting, Samuel Peter. But, it is what it is. It's just going to be interesting to see where he goes next, because he is going to likely be, let me go look at it real quick. Give me 1 minute. Kubrat Pulev, if I'm correct, is likely going to be the mandatory. Since, he's going to be the mandatory. It's either going to be him or David Haye, or the IBF can order Kubrat Pulev versus David Haye. After, or if David Haye, no disrespect to Tony Bellew, beats Tony Bellew. So, things are going to get very interesting for Kubrat Pulev, because I don't think David Haye is going to fight him. Because Anthony Joshua's he's fighting next week on the 10th. Then he's going to fight Klitschko in, let's say, April, or May. And then Haye is fighting in March. So if Kubrat and David Haye would happen, it would happen later in 2017. So therefore, they can say, okay, well, Kubrat Pulev, you have to fight Johan Duhaupas, or Carlos Taka, or even they're not going to do Luis Ortiz because he's already on that WBA path. But basically, Kubrat Pulev could be the next mandatory because remember it was going to be Joseph Parker, but Joseph Parker decided to go the WBO route, and he's going to be fighting Andy Ruiz next weekend also for the WBO. So yeah, I mean I guess that's pretty much it right there. Kubrat Pulev is likely going to be the IBF #1 contender very very soon, or they're going to order likely after Klitschko, after Joshua Klitschko. Then he's going to likely have to defend fight his mandatory, or Klitschko and fight Pulev, either Joshua or Vladimir Klitschko. But I don't want to confuse myself. I got some shit to do. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. Please subscribe.